Are you somebody that feels like they used to be steady on their feet and now they're not? Or maybe you used to have great balance, but anymore you just feel not very confident while you're walking and you feel like you could constantly fall? If so, this video is going to be great for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Putney from Wellington Family Chiropractic, and today we're going to talk about the single leg stance test and the exercise. So I get a lot of patients that come in and they tell me, my hips, I'm having all these problems with my hips and my low back. And lately, the older I've gotten, it just feels like I'm not very steady on my feet. So we'll do this test on day one to check that and test that. So the way that we start it is Jacob would just stand on one leg. And the first thing we're going to look at is, can he do it? A lot of patients can't do this, but for a few seconds and they come right back down. The other thing we're going to look for is that hip to jut out. That may show us that maybe the glute's not working as well. Or you'll just see a lot of excessive movement in the leg and the foot. Okay, you can relax. So typically what we want to see in someone is if they're Jacob's age, so 18 to 39, that range, they should be able to hold that for about 43 seconds. If you go to somebody my age range, 40 to 49, that number goes down to 40. So the older that we get, the less amount of time we expect somebody to do the single leg stance. To the point when you're over 90, 5 to 6 seconds is normal. But this is important because if you think about when you're walking and moving around the day, while you're walking, 40% of the time you're on one leg. So the stability from the ground up into the hip and the low back is very important. And if you're somebody that falls a lot or sprains their ankles, or you feel clumsy, or like your balance isn't what it used to be, this can become an exercise. So the way that I teach this at home is I have people get behind a chair or next to a bar or something. And then he's going to lightly, I usually have people do one hand, and this is just to prevent him from falling. We'll move this out of the way. Go ahead and turn this way, and just use that hand to stabilize. So I'll have him hold that there with his hand near the chair, just in case he's going to fall. And let's say in the office he can only stand for 10 seconds. What I would have him do is go home and work on, with good form, holding that for a set of 10 seconds, and then he'd come down. And then he may do that, 5 or 6 times. And we'll just do that in the evening when you're watching TV or relaxing. But you'll notice the more you do this, the better you get at it, because a lot of those muscles that have gotten weak, we don't necessarily work throughout the day. And when we purposely work on those areas, they tend to respond well and your balance gets better. So let's say Jacob now, he came in the office, he could only do it for 30 seconds. And now at home, he's doing it great. He doesn't need the chair necessarily. And now he goes to do it, and he can stand for 45 seconds, maybe 60 seconds, and he's just stone cold, not moving at all. At that point, we're going to progress. So the first progression we might try is we're going to stand with our eyes closed. So you'll notice if we make him do that, he's going to work harder because you don't have your eyes helping you out. So he may only last 5 to 10 seconds. Well, that becomes the new set. So you're going to get on the one leg, stand with your eyes closed for 5 to 10 seconds. Now, I will say when you're doing this portion at home with no eyes, you've got to have something you can grab onto. I don't want to be responsible for people falling. So you've got to be in a safe space, but you would close the eyes. From there, or another option you can do is you can take a pillow and you can slide that pillow underneath the foot. So what I'll grab is a yoga pad, and we will put that right underneath Jacob's foot. And it's just a soft, squishy surface. And we'll have him keep his eyes open, and you'll notice right away he's got to work super hard. So a yoga pad is kind of more advanced than a pillow, but if you just take a pillow off your bed, put it on the floor, you're going to notice that it's way harder to do this. And again, you just go through the same progression where you're building up the amount of time you're standing on one leg. So the single leg stance, super effective, a great way to improve your balance, and just about anybody can do it at home. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out at wellchiropractic.com or 859-309-1996. We're always here to help, and we'll talk to you soon.